Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Oops, let's try that again, shall we? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I put together a whole week of review of Before We Were Yours. In the beginning of the book, it's possibly definitely worth a reread for me, but at this time, if I do a reread, I might just buy it or get it back from the library because it was the library's to begin with. So, yeah. My thoughts on the book itself. It's dealing with real life. It's dealing with real people. There's two, possibly three. Actually, there's more than three. There's three families that are connected between two timelines, but all in all, there's a lot more families involved. It really is. It's a heart-wrenching book. It really is. It's got multiple layers. It's definitely worth a read. I thought I was gonna give up after like the third or fourth chapter because it's like, really? What do I care about a lawyer? What do I care about a lawyer? And her father's political endeavor of becoming a senator or doing the senator bit next year. What do I care about that? Until I read further. So, enjoy the week in review of Before We Were Yours. I'm reading Before We Were Yours. I read 2 chapters last night. One question. What do two attorneys, it seems like two attorneys at least to me, what do two attorneys have to do with 2 children? Seriously? I hope it gets better than that. Because if it doesn't, I was like, no. I'm in chapter 2. In page 14. So, the saga continues. I will let you know. Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, the 14th, and it's the end of daylight savings. Or we begin the daylight savings. I can't remember. We turn the clocks forward. We lose an hour of sleep. So, anyway, yesterday I talked about this book, right? Before We Were Yours, because before that I was reading this one, right? The Winter People, right? Okay. This book so far, this is my 3rd time trying to get into the book. I'm in the 5th chapter. The 5th chapter. If you can read that. Oh, sorry. The 5th chapter. Either way. Excuse me. Either way. Right now, I'm giving the book 2 books out of 5. Or out of, 2 books out of 5. Okay? The reason I say that is for me it's hard to get into. Second, it's the timeline, it goes back and forth from 1939 to the current time of the present day. Memphis of 1939 and the Aiken, South Carolina, present day. And then the present day people are rich. You know, yesterday I was saying that the difference between rich people, moderately okay, and poor people is that if you say sofa, oh, over there on the sofa. um I've always been poor, so guess what? I've always had a couch. I've never had a sofa in my life. Okay. Yeah, you probably wonder what's in the back behind me. Um, that is the Sunday morning show on CBS. So anyway, I'm going to continue to try to read this. Now, now I'm going into the 5th chapter, okay? And if I can't get past that, I'm straining to give it two books out of 5. So, I mean, on the front of it, it says, sure to be one of the most compelling books you pick up this year. Well, that was in 17, right? 2017, I think it was, when this book came out. Was it in 17? Yeah, 2017. Lisa Wingate takes an almost unthinkable chapter in our nation's history and weaves a tale of enduring power that Georgia Tann and her Tennessee children's home society could actually exist, unraveling the lives countless children survive. I'm sorry. I'm gonna guess because there's a stick over it, give you chills. Vivid and infecting. One person read at it, an unforgettable read. This captivating novel will quite likely break your heart, but because it's Lisa Wingate at the helm, you will not be left broken. She is a master storyteller. She is a master storyteller, and never fails to get the heart of what makes us hold on to hope. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I kind of had high hopes for this book. Originally, when I was gonna consider reading it, I looked at the front cover of it, right? And I looked at the back of it. I read the back of it. Yeah, it says 14-day loan. It's not a 14-day loan, considering we're in a pandemic yet. Anyway, right now I'm giving it 2 books out of 5. Other people might give it stars. I'm giving it books because that's what it is. 2 books out of 5. Um, I put this book down 3 times yesterday. 3 times. Because honestly, I'm like, what? Not what in like, what? But, oh my god, I can't even get into this book. What? I'm like, what in the world am I reading? I lost interest so many times. So this will be the 3rd time. This will be the 3rd and final time that I try reading this book. That's it. No more. Otherwise, it's going back to the library. Morning, everybody. I'm still reading Before We Were Yours. I gave it another chance because this is my 3rd chance giving it on the book, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. I'm in the 7th chapter now. Today is Monday. It's going to be an ongoing vlog, video log. It's going to be an ongoing one. And honestly, the kids have been picked up by the police. They're looking. I mean, the police lied to the kids, saying, "Well, we're gonna go get your mother. We're gonna go have you see your mother and father." Apparently, they're in the hospital. And yeah, when you're that young, you're gonna believe anything, especially when it comes to authority figures, right? So anyway, um, there was a there was a lady named, what was her name? Miss Tan. Miss Tan. Um, she takes Gabian, the younger brother. This is not going to turn out good at all. I'm glad I gave it another chance. I'm glad I did. So originally I was going to give this thing two books out of 5. One is basically DNF. Do not even start. But right now it's 2.5. So maybe it'll keep crawling up the ladder. Sorry. Maybe it'll keep on crawling up the ladder.
Cass. Cass Marie. Cass Marie. Well, guys, I'm still reading this book, and I'm in page 259. I should be done with it by today, so I'll be able to do a recap of it.
I just finished the book before we were yours. When I first started reading the book, I gave it a 2. 2-star out of a 5. If that even, right? Lisa Wingate created the book, and she created the book, and I was going to write it off. I really was. I was going to write it off because it's like, oh my God, is this book ever slow? It was like, I think I was in the 4th or 5th chapter, and it's got 26 chapters. I'm glad I stuck with it. I'm glad I just pushed through, because honestly, because there's no typos, um, there's no wrong phrasing in the book. It's a little slow. It's a little slow. I would say it speeds up the connectivity and the dynamics of the book speed up probably halfway through. Little less than halfway through. And I just, you fall in love with the characters. You fall in love with Trent Jr. You fall in love with Avery. You fall in love with Judy, um, grandmother Judy, and if I forget the other person. Um, and the thing about it is that, they're, everybody is kind of almost entwined together. Everybody is kind of almost entwined together. She, Avery is going to get involved. Well, she's engaged to this one guy, and it's like, well, leave it to an older woman to know, you know, yeah, leave it to our elders to know better than we do. Because that book alone has so many facets to it. You know, And it's just, when you're young, you don't want to listen to anybody other than yourself or people around you, around your age group, your peer group. But honestly, people, older people, your elders, they know so much more. They've experienced it, they've lived it. Honestly, yeah, I give this book, it pulled at my heartstrings. It really did. I'm very timid to. I'm not timid, but I'm almost wanting to say 5. I'm almost wanting to say 5. You know what? Because it's sisterly love. It embraces people. I'm giving it 5 because it really tugs at your heart. It really does. I recommend anybody. There's a lot of different factors involved. Your people that are poor, people that are rich, people that are in politics. All of those to combine, along with orphanage, and there's death and dying. There's maybe a bit of Parkinson's in there, and there's also Alzheimer's, a pinch of Alzheimer's in there as well. So that is my review of Before We Were Yours. And she has Lisa Wingate has other books as well that I'm going to be looking at to see if I would be interested in that. But again, this will be my first time ever giving a book 5 stars. So brava, Lisa Wingate. Now I'm going to go have our supper because it's after almost 4:30. Cass and I were outside and I was reading the book and I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I read about 7, 8 chapters last night. I was like, I'm going to finish this book. I'm going to finish this book today. So I did. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the show. And come back next time.